Hey guys, young Psychonaut here, and today I'm going to talk about my first time being a Bartard. So today is gonna be a little story time of basically how I got into being a hardcore benzo fiend. I also see that a lot of you guys are not subscribed yet, so if you like these videos, if you like learning about my experience of different substances and how I use them, how I handle harm reduction and things like that, drop a sub and drop a like maybe. So a little background on my benzo use. So basically, when I was 18, I got into benzodiazepines, which is the story I'm gonna tell today. And after that, I used them for about 1.5 years, really intensely. Then I basically came to my senses and realized that I was destroying my life. I was destroying my social circle. I was destroying myself, my mental health. So 3.5 years ago, I stopped for good. And since then, I've never touched a benzo again, which has really helped me on my path to, have a nice life again. So I can talk about it now knowing I'm never going to go back to those substances. And I'll say something about this at the end, but I know that for some people, benzos do have some kind of benefit. I get that. If you have like extreme anxiety, you cannot leave the house, a benzo can be a lifesaver. I get that. But I'm talking about like the 95% of people that take benzos, even though they're not really doing anything for them. Just like with me, I was just taking it to basically escape my problems. So it all starts when I was just 18 in the summer. You know, those summers where you're just doing shit with friends, and this was just a summer like that. It was a summer where I was 18. I was like, I could buy whatever I wanted, liquor, cigarettes, etc., etc. Because here in the Netherlands, 18 is the legal age for almost everything, basically. So I had just moved 2 hours away from my original home by train, so I could study there basically. So it was in a different part of the Netherlands, and a few weeks before I moved there, I had met my boyfriend. So I was constantly like traveling back and forth to him, then back to my apartment, to school, etc. So it was kind of hectic to begin with. And I did Xanax for the first time like a few weeks ago, like as in a few weeks before this all happened. And also ketamine was a new thing to us, but yeah, I've done it like a few times before. So basically the story starts when me and my best friend go to a party of a friend of his, which was like more close to my original home. So we got some medical grade K-pins, which we got, I think they were Teva K-pins. Yeah, so that's basically like the brand that's available here in the Netherlands. And we got ketamine, some really good ketamine, by the way. And we did them together basically on the party. So we were at the party and we dropped a few pins. We did some lines of cat, and damn, it was like really intense. We also smoked some weed and of course some tobacco, like we were into cigarettes back then. So it was quite a combination, you could say. So we had a really fucked up night. Like it was chill, but like the drugs were like really heavily interacting, especially K-pens and ketamine. I cannot recommend this. It's also very dangerous, but like I could not speak. Literally, I could not speak, as in there kind of sounds came out of my mouth. I tried to make noises that would resemble words, but all you could hear was like a caveman sound, basically. And my friend knew me so well that he could basically translate for me, but it was kind of like, looking back at it, it was kind of fucking sad. I couldn't even like communicate with people around me, but at the time I felt great, of course. The K-pens and the ketamine were both like extremely sedating, and yeah, for as far as I knew back at the time, we had a great night. So we woke up the next morning and we were on our way to the bus stop to leave the party, and I just popped 2 more K-pens. I didn't even really think about it. It was just like, oh well, yeah, it's like the morning after kind of thing. You know how some people, after they drink a bunch, they they drink a little in the morning to kind of like get rid of the hangover. Well, that's kind of what I was doing, but with K-pins. And mind you, these K-pins were about like 2 milligrams a piece, I think, something like that. So yeah, I dropped 4 milligram in the morning with no benzo tolerance. And my friend was already joking that I was becoming a Bartard. Like, we knew about a Bartard and what a Bartard was. So we were just like kind of laughing, and I still took them, and I didn't really think about it. So basically the next day I woke up, this was at my boyfriend's house, and I took 2 more. And I should have gone to school actually, so I should have gone to like the new place where I live, my apartment, to go to school, but I didn't. I stayed at my boyfriend's house while he was at work and basically did nothing all day. Then in the evening I took 2 more, and I didn't realize it at the time, but that was the moment I was already hooked. It just took 2 days of taking a few benzos a day and I was hooked. The next day I woke up like really dizzy and lightheaded, and I was like, I should take more. Just makes sense. And I took 2 more. Then an hour later, I was in the living room walking up to the door, and I just fell unconscious to the ground. I remember that distinctly, falling to the ground. And then I woke up and I saw on the clock that a few hours had passed. And I stood up, looked at my bruised face in the mirror, and I went on with my day as if nothing had happened. And I took 2 more. And then in the evening I took 2 more. And for the next few days I basically just took 6 K-pins a day with basically no prior tolerance. And I just basically slept the whole day, smoked, watched some TV, lying on the couch doing nothing. It was absolutely sad. And I should have gone to school in this time, by the way. So it's not like I had a vacation or anything. And yeah, it was just extremely sad. I was just popping them left and right, hooked as fuck in like a few days, and it was that easy. And remember, like at this time I didn't really have that much anxiety or like depression or something that would drive me to take these as much as I did. It was just purely the drug itself that just captured me, and I think so many others. Like the thing with benzos is they really fucking creep up on you, as in you don't really feel like you're taking that much or you're taking that often, but then like after a few days you're already increasing your dose, and it's just so sneaky, you know? And yeah, so I don't even remember most of the week because it was so like blurry, but after a week or so I came to my senses and somehow I just stopped cold turkey, and I basically swore to myself that I would never ever ever do benzos again. And I even wanted like a little, pill tattoo, or a tattoo that resembles a pill or something, to remind me of this crazy Bartard episode. And yeah, I swore to myself to never do it again, and that was basically the start of my 1.5 year period where I took thousands upon thousands upon thousands of benzos. Like, I looked at my order history because we used to order our benzos online because it was legal. And I have ordered probably around like 2,000 benzos in that 1.5 year. So yeah, it was actually like really bad. And I'm telling you guys this story to kind of give you a little warning, because I know you guys are interested in benzos. I know some of you do them from time to time. And the thing is, with every substance, I think that if you can do it every few months, it's okay. But the thing with benzos is it's basically impossible to do it every few months. Like, and I'm not talking about medically using benzos. I'm talking recreationally. If you're doing recreational benzos, you're probably going to be a Bartard at some point. It's almost inevitable. Especially if you're like doing it to avoid something or avoid dealing with certain feelings, then you have a golden ticket to be a Bartard, like a real Bartard. Of course, the benzos do have to be available. We had a lot of benzos available. We could order them online legally, which was not great for our habit. So, yeah, I'm just saying, guys, like, learn from me, learn from my mistakes, and I hope you really never get into this fucking disgusting habit. And I hope to the guys that are watching this, that or girls that feel like they're trapped in a benzo habit, it is really hard to beat, and it is really hard to actually not lie to yourself and say to yourself, like, I do have a problem, I need to stop using these fuckers. You know what one of the biggest concerns for me now is, even like 3.5 years later, is that I actually saw in the book Why We Sleep from Matthew Walker, which is a great book, by the way, that benzodiazepines actually increase your risk of cancer extremely high. Like, I really, really wonder how much my cancer risk has increased because I took so many benzodiazepines. And you don't have to take like 100 to increase your cancer risk. Even like 2 or 3 a year can increase your risk of cancer. So yeah, that connection I never made when I was a Bartard, but it's kind of scary to think about that even after I stopped for years now, that it can still like get back on me. So yeah, I still recognize that for a very small percentage of people, it can medically have a benefit, like for extreme anxiety or panic attacks or whatever. Sure. But those are not the 95% of people that use benzos. Those are the 5%. I know what a Bartard looks like, and I have been one myself, and most of people that use benzos fall into this category, sadly. It's just sad. But okay, all that aside, don't let these fucking fuckers fool you. They will get you. They will get you, and you'll probably get addicted to them. So the best way to not get addicted to anything is to just not do it, to not try it. There's so many other fun drugs out there, so many fun psychedelics you can try that won't leave you in this kind of state. But yeah, so yeah, that was my first time being Bartard. Little story time for you guys. It was kind of horrible and stupid, and yeah, I'm never going to do benzos again. And this is not like the last time where I said I wouldn't do them again, and then I did them a week after. I've really been clean of them for like 4 years now, so I know I'm not going back. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. I hope you will never repeat the Bartard episode that I had. Yeah, like and sub, and have a great one.